Hey everybody, it's Annette. I am still working on the road to recovery. Still don't have all of my voice back, but it's getting there. Still have the nausea. I think that's going to be the last thing to go. I hope that I have some decent weight loss from this. Not the big 5 pound drop that I had that one night from being so sick, but a nice steady decline. If I'm going to be nauseated a lot of the time, might be nice. Today, I wanted to shift it a little bit and talk about something. And I guess what triggered this thought was I got yet another one of those calls. Usually it's text. Now and then I'll pick up a random call, and because I'm always on the go, it's Bluetooth. I don't say the number, I just say, "This is Annette." And it was somebody wanting to, "Are you interested in selling your property at blah, blah, blah address?" Well, I have zero tolerance for investors. And we're going to get into that, why I have these feelings and what I think is unethical about a lot of it, and why I do respond not so nicely. But my response to that particular phone call was, do I have a for sale sign in my yard? Have I hired a realtor? No. And then I blocked the call. This is where I get really, really riled up. Whenever I was a young adult and then getting married, starting off renting, the American dream of home ownership, nobody had a second thought about it, because it wasn't a matter of if it was going to happen, it was when it was going to happen. When would we, decide we wanted to stop renting and then purchase a home, have an investment? It never was a question back then of, I may not be able to afford a home. I may not be able to afford, even now, an apartment. I may have to live in a car. I mean, so many things I'm seeing now, it's unimaginable. Sorry, I'm getting stirred up over this. For young people, investors are taking away the American dream for our young people. And I say that because what happens is, a lot of people, for whatever reasons they may find themselves in, want to get out from under a house, a debt, or something. And instead of taking the time to go through a realtor, they'll just like, "Here, take it," and have the investor buy it. Well, if it's a house that they're in that they have to move out of, that's their choice or whatever. But what the investor's going to do, correct me if I'm wrong, investors, you have the opportunity to speak, but I really don't think that I am wrong. You're going to band-aid that home, you're going to slap a for sale sign on it, and you're going to secure a big amount of money. And you're going, "Well, and isn't that investing?" Yes, it's investing. Hear me out. Stay with me. The thing that really bothers me is that when you sell to the investors, as opposed to going through a private sale with a realtor and a couple or a family moving into a home, if you have a home that, for example, you're renting a home and your tenants are in there, and you may have good tenants, a lot of people have good tenants, but then you sell that home to an investor, the investor's going to do one of two things. They're going to jack up that rent, or they may do both of them, both things. They're going to jack up that rent, or they're going to put that house on the market forcing that family out because it's going to be for sale at a price that family cannot afford. I think when we do our own private sales, we know what we want, we know what our house is worth. And yes, real estate is expensive. Our investments have grown even from when I very first bought my house. I'm just pleased to see the value of it now. But with an investor, if somebody was already living there and the house that I had before I got married, somebody is living there. And so, number one, somebody's living there. Number two, that's the inheritance for my kids. So I have no intention to sell to an investor. But when you make things with band-aid fixes, excuse me, band-aid fixes, quick turnaround flip, jack up the price, young people can't afford it, and then the houses that they get into probably still have a boat ton of work that need to be done to them. Now, if you're an investor and you're doing it right, and you're really putting good quality work in it, I have seen some before and after photos of homes where the investors, local investors here, have gone in and really done a beautiful job rehabbing a home. Most investors that I have or that my husband has crossed paths with are not of that mindset of doing a good quality job. So we're selling our young people crap, or we're putting things on the market that our young people can't afford. The American dream is getting away from young people. My husband rather, had a house that he had before we got married, and he was working on rehabbing it to get it ready to go through a realtor. And a young couple came and talked to him, and they happened to have somebody in the family who was a realtor, and they were able to purchase the home that way. Had he just sold it to an investor and let an investor take over it, they may or may not have been able to get into that home. They were able to come not only with the money for a home, but the skill set and the backup funds that they needed to repair the things that needed to be repaired in that home. I'm just concerned that with the way things are going, if we do sell our properties, if we're fortunate enough, number one, to have our properties, but then we sell it just to investors who are going to lowball and then jack up ridiculously on a house, I think we're doing a disservice to the people coming up behind us, the generation coming up behind us. I would like to see, and I know it's not going to be this way anymore. I know things are radically different. I would like to see us back to a time where, or to get back to a place where young people aren't worrying, can I have a home? But rather, when will I buy my first home? I think whatever we can do to help with that process, and my advice, my non-professional, have no experience in financing or brokerage or real estate or anything like that, or attorneys or anything like that. I'm just saying that going through a realtor takes all the paperwork, the stress, and stuff off of you. But I think it still allows for families to get into a home and to own that home. And that's my thoughts on that. I will not sell to an investor. I have no intention of ever selling to an investor. Right now, I have a family in my home. They're excellent. They're taking great care of it. I don't plan to sell my home. Like I said, it's my kids' inheritance. And when I pass on, that will be for them to determine what they want to do, if they want to continue renting or if they want to sell it and divide the proceeds. It'll be up to them. That's why I got it. I wanted a house to raise my kids. I wanted an inheritance to leave for them, a legacy to leave for them. So, how do y'all feel about it? I know everybody, it's not just me, everybody, if you own a home or still financing a home is what I'm talking about, you're technically considered homeowner. Getting all these calls from investors. Do you want to buy your property? Do you want to buy your property? And you've not even reached out to a realtor. They're just doing these cold calls. They don't even know you from Adam. They don't know anything about you, where you live, the demographics, or what the need is in your community. Do you get riled up too? Anyway, if you don't, you should. Take care. Let's make housing attainable. I don't think we'll ever be able to make it affordable again, but let's make it at least attainable for our younger people so that they can have their own home one day. Love y'all. Take care.